What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. So Diddy is out at a party in Miami. It's the first time that he's been spotted publicly since the raid on his home, both in Miami and in LA, Beverly Hills. So TMZ writes that he is out and about, and he's speaking as well, as evidence in the clip that an influencer took of the music mogul out with capture with Stevie J. You guys can see him in the left picture, he's behind Puff's shoulder, and then in the right picture, he's right beside him in that white t-shirt. So they are with fitness trainer and life coach Wes Watson. So that's the man there with the beard and the tatted hand. He has more than 1 million followers on Instagram. He posted a video and a photo on Friday that shows Diddy at a cafe in town called Pura Vida, which means pure life. And it looks like Diddy was in a good mood. He's flashing a smile, and he's even chatting. They are unclear at which specific Pura Vida they were at specifically, because there's 1 million of these in the area. But this TMZ wanted to, I guess they said that they thought it was one of the ones that was close to Diddy's home on Star Island. So in the clip, Diddy flashes the L sign, so you guys can see that there in the picture with his fingers, and that stands for love. He also says what's up to somebody who's off camera. He salutes them. Funny enough, Wes, the guy right there in the white linen shirt and the beard, he actually caught Diddy's longtime bad boy collaborator and friend, Stevie J, who's in the background. And it's interesting that Stevie showed up there because he is also recently named in the lawsuit alongside Diddy. So there's another guy rolling with the crew, but it's unclear who he might be. You guys can see that person besides Stevie J in the second video. But the point is that Diddy is out, stepping out, living his life. So there's more evidence that he's not hiding out. The second outing that they found was when he was seen with his 2 teenage twin daughters, and they went to a Top Golf in town. So again, they said that Diddy didn't seem too stressed about the situation that he found himself in this week, of course, referring to the 2 raids on his homes, and they completely trashed the 2 houses. It says that we do know that Diddy was furious over the way that all of it was handled, especially since he has not been arrested or charged with a crime as of yet, and the feds stormed in regardless. It's also clear that Diddy has a good support system around him, and while he's far from out of the woods, he's at least comfortable enough to show his face in public. The saga continues, and at this rate, it feels like we'll be seeing or maybe hearing more from Diddy in the coming weeks. Okay, so I did just a little quick background on Wes Watson, who is there. I guess he's not hosting the party, but he's there with Diddy and Stevie J. And he went from he's a fitness trainer, and he has a YouTube channel actually called Penitentiary Life with Wes Watson. He says that he went from general population gym pop in the California penitentiary system to now living a life based on a greater purpose. Okay, so I'm all for, people turning their lives around, right? And maybe Diddy is surrounding himself with Wes Watson to give him some pointers, because I feel like, or even Stevie J, because he's named in a lawsuit as well. I feel like Diddy knows that his days are numbered. And while he's, trying to smile and put on a facade for, I guess, the general public, the truth of the matter is Homeland Security does not go knocking on everyday Americans' doors. They just don't do it. The feds are not going to show up unless they have a search warrant signed by a judge, which, they have to prove, they have probable cause, they have all of these things. And of course, we know that came from the lawsuit from Rodney Jones. I'm sure Diddy wishes that he would have paid Rodney whatever he asked for in the beginning, plus, a little extra, because it would have saved him a whole lot more. Diddy has lost his businesses. He's lost, his reputation essentially. He's lost everything pretty much. Um, and I feel like he knows that he's going to lose his freedom very soon. So that would be probably like if I were him. Um, I'm wondering if he's talking to Wes Watson about what it is, what the experience of being in Gen Pop is like in California, or who knows? They could be in Miami. I guess that's just where you know Wes Watson spent his time in prison. But um, yeah, I mean, he breaks down everything on his YouTube channel. He his YouTube channel is dedicated to penitentiary life. He says in the California prison system, there are security levels for every convict, and so in the playlist, he breaks them all down. Um, I don't know if you guys ever saw that movie with Kevin Hart and Will Ferrell. It's called Get Hard. So Will Ferrell is essentially, you know, a rich businessman who gets caught. I think he was embezzling or he does some kind of crime and he's going to be sent away. He hires Kevin Hart's character to be like a mentor. I feel like I heard that Lori Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman. If you guys remember that whole Varsity Blues, that was what the feds called the case, but they were basically trying to backdoor their kids into college and um, pay to have a coach like fake their test scores, their SAT scores, and their sports, right, after school events. But they got sent to prison for that. I feel like I heard that they hired a coach or a mentor to kind of help them get through their stint. They were in there for like a really short period of time. I don't think that Diddy's time is going to be that short. But again, who knows? Because if you have, a lot of money, you can pretty much, manipulate the legal system in your favor. But I feel like Diddy, not only does he not have the money in the capital, I mean, when I talk about capital, I mean social capital, right? Because your name is your currency. Social capital, financial capital, political capital, none of those things anymore that he once had. Um, but yeah, he doesn't have the money that he used to, especially after cutting that check to Cassie. So my thought here is again, while he's, throwing up the L sign and trying to be all smiles and giggles, I feel like he is wanting to live in the moment and spend his last days surrounded by friends and family. Stevie J, on the other hand, he looks worried. He looks worried in that picture on the left. He's looking down at his phone. Some people in the comments were saying that, Stevie J was standing by his man. I feel like maybe more so it's his partner in crime because they are both listed in that lawsuit together. Rodney Jones is singing like a canary to the federal government, to federal agents. And I'm just waiting for all of the dominoes to fall. The first one is fallen. Cassie started it. And I feel like the rest of them are going to come tumbling down. So not only does Diddy have a subpoena, but also the feds sent subpoenas to the multiple companies that are associated with Diddy. So the raids on his home were just the start, right? So the feds are issuing subpoenas to all of the companies doing business with him. That is wow. So these subpoenas will enable the feds to gather even more intel about the nature of Diddy's involvement in regards to all those various businesses. They are searching everything, not only the businesses, but also what was going on with the planes. They have his phones. They're into everything. So we will find out more as more information comes out that's, available to the public. Now everything is going to be available to us. But the feds are, they're finding out who was flying on Diddy's private jet. They're looking not only for the alleged victims, but also any potential witnesses that could support or dispute allegations in regards to the trafficking accusations. So, and I have to say that Diddy has denied all involvement in regards to all the accusations. He's maintaining his innocence. But I feel like the federal government, they already have a pretty hefty case against him. And so it's just going to continue to grow. But you guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Diddy's out, partying, living up his, I don't know, alleged last days of freedom, or potential, I should say, last days of freedom. But I want to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts about him being in Miami with Wes Watson, whose whole brand is penitentiary, a life coach, and a fitness brand. So please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share with your loved ones and friends, and have a wonderful weekend. I'll talk to you later, Aces. Bye.